Well, at the time of the riot, 3 of the 5 were tech students, but one in particular, Javier Gerardo, is the driver of the car that was flipped. Gerardo's father is the owner of that car and was surprised to find that his son took part in damaging the car. And he told police he didn't want to press any charges, but all 5 are being charged with the crime of riot. And I spoke with attorney Ben Webb, who says charging someone with the crime of riot is actually pretty rare.
The riot itself is a Class B misdemeanor, which carries anywhere up to 6 months in jail and a $2,000 fine.
If we win the national championship, I can guarantee you, this place is going to burn down.
Riot's pretty specific. You've got to have at least 7 or more persons. This is the first time I've ever seen this charge used in my career, which is almost 15 years, so it's not something we see often.
Webb says he believes it took police over a month before issuing warrants because of the high volume of texts, pictures, and videos to sift through.
Don't walk outside unless you expect to be on camera, because I think with the prevalence of security cams and doorbell cameras, you're not many places in public anymore that there's not the potential that you're on camera doing something.
Police Chief Greg Stevens says in a press conference after the riot that they received a lot of questions about why there were no arrests made that night.
We did make several. The most important point was to identify some of the people that were in the crowd.
Stevens reassuring the public that even though charges weren't filed immediately, LPD was taking the event seriously.
They'll be facing from Saturday night will be arson at the felony level, criminal mischief at the felony level, and the crime of riot.
I love this place and I love Texas Tech.
One of the charges alleges that someone created an immediate danger to property by standing on top of an overturned automobile and encouraging the crowd to wreck them. So I don't know how they're going to prove that, because if that's outside of standing on an automobile, there's a lot of people guilty of encouraging people to wreck them in Lubbock, Texas.
As of now, 2 of the 5 have been arrested. They have since bonded out of the Lubbock County Jail.